Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a regular here. Today I'm going to explore the recent alleged suicide note of Jeffrey Epstein that was released by a US judge. For those of you that don't know about this, let me just read you an outline of what this is about. So a US judge has ordered the release of a document purported to be a self-unaliving note written by convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein a month before his death. Okay, so this is key. This wasn't the note that he wrote before he actually passed. It was written allegedly a month before. A copy of the handwritten note, unsealed on Wednesday, mentions a months-long investigation that found nothing and says it is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. Epstein's former cellmate claims he found the note tucked into a book after Epstein tried to unalive himself in July 2019. Epstein was found unalived in his cell 1 month later. It has not been verified that the note was written by Epstein, and US authorities have not commented. His death, which was ruled a self-unaliving by authorities, came as he awaited a sex trafficking trial. The purported note was placed under seal as part of criminal proceedings involving the former cellmate, Nicholas Tartaglione, who was being held in the cell at the time whilst awaiting trial for 4 unalivings. Tartaglione is a former police officer convicted of quadruple unalivings. Wow. Interesting. Convicted of 4 unalivings, quadruple unalivings, who was at one point accused by Epstein of attacking him, which he denied. He first mentioned the note's existence last year on a podcast. A scan of the note in the court document unsealed on Wednesday shows a handwritten sentence saying they investigated me for a month, found nothing, and mentioned years-old charges. It is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye, the note says. What do you want me to do? Bust out crying? It continues, no fun, not worth it. The note amounts to only 7 lines of text, leaving uncertainty over its purported meaning. So, we get an outline of what this is about. It's very interesting, actually. And it definitely, I think, deserves to be looked at in more detail and in more depth with some help from Spirit. This is a psychic reading. I use oracle cards and I use tarot cards, and occasionally I get messages from Spirit. I interpret these messages in my own way, and you may interpret them differently in your own way, and I encourage you to do so. At no point am I claiming any of this to be factual, or am I making any accusations. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's do this. So, let's see. I'm getting a really odd feeling of deja vu. As I was just about to say, I'm going to have to keep using different words. I can't use the obvious word for self-unaliving, but you know what I mean when I say that. Okay, so let's start with the True Intentions deck. And let's just tap in, even though I don't like doing it, and I've said this before with this person. Let's see if I can tap into his energy and find out whether this was him. And if it was him, was that what it meant? Was that what it was intended for? It could mean other things, you know. It doesn't have to have been a self-unaliving note. This is the most interesting part of the note was the bit that says, it's a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. Check in. I want to catch up, make sure you're doing well, and see where we stand. And gift. I offer something from the heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. Gift being the important element of that card. Gift. Check in and gift. What is this about? Just doesn't sound, not that I've sort of spent any time looking at or studying Mr. Epstein, but this part of the note which it's saying, what do you want me to do? Bust out crying, no fun, not worth it. Doesn't sound like him. It just sounds a bit, I don't know. I feel like he's more educated than that. If that sounds, I don't know. I've never actually heard him speak, but I feel like he's quite eloquent, as weird as that sounds, and that just doesn't sound like him. Sorry, the next deck I'm using is the vocab deck. And why? I don't know. I have a lot of questions. You would think, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I would think that the procedure would be, if someone's taken their life in jail, that their possessions or anything belonging to them will be removed from the scene immediately as part of an investigation, or, you know, however you want to call it. So how did his cellmate end up with some of his property? That's what I don't understand. That's weird to me. The fact that his cellmate is an ex-police officer who'd been convicted of killing 4 people is absolutely crazy, and I didn't know that until now. But also, doesn't it make you wonder what part he might have had to play in what happened to Jeffrey? It's bizarre, and I'm really starting to wonder. Okay, so we have defunct and trove, and the theme is time, interestingly. Defunct, no longer functioning, and a hidden treasure. A hidden treasure. longer functioning. It's almost like the kind of thing I'm getting from these cards is that Jeffrey was gone way before it was reported, and that gave his cellmate access to stuff, but that feels too obvious to me. There's more to this than I think we realise. So we've got Ascend and Nirvana. Wow, okay. Success. That guy is an absolute I mean, they're both complete psychopaths, obviously, but his cellmate is an absolute psychopath. I don't know why I feel like he had something major to do with this. And if he did, that would have given him that feeling of ascending to nirvana. It's like, to him, it feels like it gives him the best dopamine, serotonin, whatever you want to call it. It's like the best rush ever. It is actually being able to take someone's life and be present as their life drains away. So even if he wasn't, I just feel like even if he wasn't responsible, he was there to witness it. Is kind of what I'm getting. I don't know. Wait, that's another thing. Was he in the cell at the time when he allegedly took his own life? I didn't even know he had a cellmate. So presumably his cellmate was there with him when he did it. Or am I missing the point here? Am I missing something? Let me just check again. Or is this a time when he was in jail? Are we talking about a time he was in jail? Epstein's former cellmate. Former cellmate. What does that mean? See, it's not. So it was only written a month before. So that must mean that it was the person he was sharing a cell with at the time. I'm if anyone knows in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong. So we have acerbic and welter. Acerbic, cutting. And welter, a mass of confusion. So cutting as in, this means cutting as in severe or it's more to do with how something feels symbolically rather than literally. And then a massive confusion. I wonder who this also is very specific, because it makes me feel like, even though that cutting word is meant to be symbolic, I am getting literal cutting, like as in self-harm kind of thing. A massive confusion. Very odd. Very odd. Next. Let's do no, not that one. Crime scene, true crime investigation. We have the lies sound rehearsed. Their story is smooth but too smooth. Rehearsed words cover a messy truth underneath. Detective note. Perfect story, no such thing. What's under the polish? Okay, so this guy is full of shite. If you can hear that, it's George playing with something. He's playing football with something. We've got past ties. The crime wasn't random. There's history between the victim and the suspect. Connections matter. Not random. This was personal. Find their history. Find the motive. I mean, I don't think if this cellmate was someone that was with Jeffrey or was sharing a cell with him during his incarceration before he passed, I don't feel like it was just a random, oh, you know, he lost his temper and ended up choking him out one night. I think he was hired to do it. Quite honestly. For what reward, I don't know. But I want to know more about this person, that's for sure. We'll be doing some research on him. We've also got search the ground, concealed evidence, burial attempts or disturbed earth, answers lie beneath the surface. Check the ground, disturbed soil, broken branches, what's buried here. I mean, I don't know how relevant that is because it's not like there's going to be, I mean, it could be there's something outside. It doesn't have to be within the cell. And soil. Is there soil in the cell somewhere? Are they allowed to keep plants? I don't think they are, but I don't know. So I mean, it is possible that people can take their own lives while sharing a cell, and it does happen with someone and the person doesn't even know it's happened. So I can't rule it out, but it's just very odd, very bizarre. The last deck I'm using is the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. Mental jail. Mental jail. Yeah, this guy's crazy. It's like dating. What the hell? Dating. Denial. What's dating got to do with it? Can't figure this one out. I'm gonna pull the clarifiers and see if we can pull this in. So let's see. We've got I'm going to use the Idyl's Tarot. So what's this check-in card about? Check-in. I wanted to catch up, make sure you're doing well, see where we stand. Someone checked in with Epstein. Someone visited Epstein and gifted him something. But what is it and why? We have the Four of Swords. Is it a weapon? Why would they give Epstein a weapon? Page of Swords. It's just like I'm getting images of a very small bladed weapon. I don't understand the relevance. The Magician reversed. It's like it got taken from him. He was gifted something and it was taken. And it more than likely was this cellmate that stole it off him. So the vocab deck: acerbic, ascend, and defunct. So if these three cards together is like showing me a series of events. So there's cutting, there's rising, and there's no longer functioning. Or it could be the other way around, but those are the order I'm looking at them in. Which is odd. And then we've got a massive confusion, a carefree and joyous state of mind, a hidden treasure. Three of Cups. So I'm getting like, sorry guys, I'm getting Epstein and two others, and I think one of them's the cellmate. I can't be sure, but it feels like that. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is lack of losing control. And the Five of Pentacles being shut out. I wonder if there was something's happened here where his cellmate's just lost it, like had a complete psychotic episode, and he's been removed from the cell. And I don't know if that means that was the night that Jeffrey allegedly took his own life, and that meant that he was on his own. I don't know. it's like they had to, I don't know, it's almost like they had to make it look like Jeffrey is alone, so it couldn't have been anyone else that he was alone, but I don't think he was, because I've got 3 people here. I've got Jeffrey, possible cellmate, and then one other, but who's the other person? So these crime scene investigation cards: search the ground, past ties, lies, the lies sound rehearsed, search the ground, past ties. I thought someone was coming to the door then. The crime wasn't random. There's history between the victim and the suspect. Well, who's the suspect? Ten of Pentacles reversed. Someone's paid off. Definitely someone's been paid off. And I'm feeling like it's the cellmate, but is that too obvious? Is there something else going on here? Page of Cups reversed. Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's weird because I am getting elements of revenge. Like, there is revenge here, but I don't know, which is what's confusing, because I definitely feel like whatever happened to Jeffrey was organised. This isn't something where something's got out of hand in a jail, because why would they cover that up, first of all? It's almost like he was meant to have been part of something, as in the cellmate, and he lost it, and he couldn't keep it together, and so he was removed. I don't know, because even that feels like that's part of it. Like he was playing a part of some kind. But what's this got to do with the note? Why? What's the point? Is it just to prove that he took his own life? It's like, could you be more obvious? Can it be more like, oh, funny, we found a suicide note. That proves it. That's all we needed. And we've got the 6 of Wands. Whatever's happened here, it obviously worked. For those of you who think that he's alive somewhere, I don't see it, but I'm going to do a reading at some point just to check and if there's something I'm not seeing here, and this is all fake, and he's actually been transferred somewhere, and I don't know, but I've not. I don't know. So denial, dating, and mental jail. What's this dating card? That's the thing that I'm not getting. Dating, denial, dating. Is it dating as in there's something here about the dating of the incident? It's not actually about dating, but there's something about dating, the dating of the incident, that needs to be highlighted. 2 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles upright. Number 2. Why is the number 2 relevant? Is that a date I'm being given? What date did he allegedly die? So he allegedly died on the 10th of August 2019. Why am I keep giving him the 2nd? Two people. Is it the 2nd or is it 2 people? I don't get it. Queen of Wands reversed. Two people he was dating. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands reversed. What's this got to do with them? Sorry, the 9 of Cups in reverse. I want to know who the 4 people is that this police officer unalived. If any of them were women, or if he was dating any of them, or is this something where he unalived 4 people while he was on duty, but he's been convicted because it went against protocol or something? I don't know. I need to know more about this person. What is this about? And what is... Page of Pentacles. It's a child. It's really odd, but it's just opened up a whole can of worms for me. I just want to know more about his cellmate. Why hasn't anyone ever, or maybe they have, I just don't spend any time exploring or investigating, unfortunately, but I'm wondering if it has been in, you know, people have talked about his cellmate, because that's bizarre. So I don't believe it was written, even if he wrote it himself, I don't believe it was intended as a notice of unaliving or intentional unaliving. That's not what it's coming through as. And it feels like even if part of that note was written by Jeffrey, I feel like bits have been added to it. At best, bits have been added that aren't Jeffrey. So I'm going to leave it there for now, but it's just really bizarre. And I'm going to be doing some research. Guess what the next reading's going to be about? Not the literal next reading, but the next Epstein related reading. Anyway, guys, thank you. As always, thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. Until next time, enjoy the journey.